Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at gcnlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Everyone all set, cocked, locked. Here we go. Your dial's set correctly to USAPrepares.com. We're delighted you're here, and we're broadcasting 2 hours from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. There's a link to your instructors on the website, USAPREPARES.com. Aaron's engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. I'm Vincent Finelli, and we're going to start this hour with Captain John Regan. Welcome, Captain John Regan, U.S. Air Force Reserves, retired.
Good morning, Vincent.
Good morning, John. And Dennis Schuelke's with us. He's an author. You've heard him on the air with us. Attorneys Above the Law. Welcome, Dennis Schuelke.
Good morning, gentlemen. Not to be with you.
Dennis, a bad thing happened on Friday at your home. You got a threat, right? As a result of what you think is being on the radio. Would that be with us?
Well, it seems to be a very possible integral part. You can only assume and deduce or speculate, as the attorneys say, but, we were on the air a week ago, and, we've been going nationwide, worldwide, with exposing, the real root of issues, and this is why USA Prepares does what it does, and, being retaliated with a family pet being brutally, mafia-style, mutilated this last Friday, early a.m. morning, is I think is something that Americans need to know and be prepared for, because when you launch and expose the truth, these are the things and the tactics when you call out who we're dealing with, who we're exposing. Vincent and John this morning, and for listeners, this is what I think you can expect. This is what you can truly expect. All it simply did was expose the fact that Black's Law Dictionary, the dictionary for the lawyer class, the United States, basically worldwide for that matter, does not contain the word mafia. And so I've been calling that out the last 3 months, and look what happens. You have a mafia-style mutilation of one of your family members, one of your pets. Yes, that's what went down, Vincent.
It was, when you talk about mutilation, you're talking about your cat of 14 years was killed, dismembered, skinned. Is that right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And placed in your front yard?
Yes.
Placed in your front yard?
Yes, and being born and raised on a farm and so forth, and being around animals all my life, all facets of animals, and I was born and raised in southwest Iowa, and I've seen it all, badgers, so forth. I've seen some pretty gruesome stuff, a lot of killings and so forth, just the natural and the wild. This was a human mutilation. Even one of my other neighbors saw it and just saw it for a little bit, said take pictures. I did, and it's like there was no doubt. So it's like, okay, this is the world we're in. This is America. This is America. This is the mafia-style people that want to make unequivocally clear. You call them out for being mafia, they'll go, all right, we'll show you. We are mafia. So this is what's happening.
Dennis, when you talk about the mafia, you're not talking about the Italian mafia. You're talking about the Tennessee corrupt government, correct?
Well, I'm telling you what, I think I'll just go ahead and call it like it is, Vincent. I'm talking about the lawyer class, just like I have in my book, Attorneys Above the Law. the lawyer class, the attorneys that have taken over all three branches of government. They've usurped our constitutional rights. You cannot literally go to a courtroom anywhere in the United States and hear a judge ever talk about the Constitution. Your constitutional rights. No, hell no. It's all about the statutes and ordinances and codes that they pass that are totally unlawful in comparison to your constitutional rights. And then you know that all the case law that is out there in existence, in any case law book anywhere, it's all been predicated on fraud, withholding of evidence. All the jurors have been tainted in literally every one of our courtrooms across America. And I'd just like to know, how long is it going to take until Americans grasp onto this? It's just like, do you suppose the astronauts that were on the Space Shuttle Columbia when it was ready to launch, if they would have known that the technical people down below were saying, gosh, don't launch that thing, it's below freezing, those booster shuttle rocket O-rings won't seal, do you suppose that they would have said, hey, let me off of this ride? Do you suppose the average Americans would say, hey, let me off of this ride, or don't let me even think about going into a courtroom where everything is tainted? Or how about in USA Today's newspaper section where the Pope has come out now talking about turning the tide with climate control change and the debate, and it was quoted in USA Today news section that a scientist says, I often feel compelled to be outraged by our own inability as a species to respond to all the climate and our global warming. I'm kind of going, how about, do we feel that we should be outraged because our people, our species' own inability to recognize the lawyer class that has taken over all three branches of government? They've never been trusted in the history of the lawyer class. And I mean, I'm going back centuries. But yet we continue to be so rah-rah oriented about a Ted Cruz, who is an attorney running for president. We seem to enjoy and want to endure more of the same. More usurpations of our very own constitutional rights and wiping out our constitutional rights. And then, but if you want to expose it, you dare to expose it, we'll show you. If you call us mafia, we will show you we are mafia. We'll slaughter your family members. We'll start with your pets first. So yeah, I sent you pictures of our cat, our loving little princess cat, we've had for 14 years. Only the weak, the feeble, the coward that are so cowardly to address people and address us up, why don't they come on these shows and why don't they defend their positions, why they've taken away our original 13th Amendment to the Constitution that forbid any foreign power, prince or kings whatsoever, any alliance and association with? No, they covered it up at the conclusion of our Civil War. Instead of having blacks as slaves, now they have the whole entire citizenry as slaves. They've done a great job of it. But thank God for you guys at USA Prepares, because, we're making the difference, exposing this one by one, one person at a time, until we get enough people to say, enough is enough. But I really want to thank you for being on. I can't be on the whole entire 2 hours today. I just can't do it. But I did want to come on and share with everyone, this is what they do, and this is what they did in Tennessee. And, I exposed my neighbor Bill Beck and Pam Beck, who are two attorneys. He ran unlawfully. I don't care what anybody says. It's not just my opinion. It's the fact. This man lived across me up through the middle of this last summer. I turned in an affidavit of truth with the Secretary of State of Tennessee and the Metro Division. Yes, they're mad at me. They're very mad at me. Pam Beck, his wife, works at the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. I'm sure they're probably monitoring every one of my phone calls unlawfully, illegally. They listen to every one of the broadcasts I do. This is what they do. Well, we'll show you. Yes, we are the mafia. How about Mark Goines, who is the Secretary of State Election Commission coordinator, who was, I went and delivered, and they took my 5-page affidavit of truth, they date stamped it, and they lodged it, but they didn't do anything about it. Bill Haslam knows about it. Able Danger, Field McCall on Able Danger has exposed this. It went worldwide this last Friday. They gave 18 minutes exposure to this case. Sure, they don't like what we're doing, Vincent, but all it is it's simply the truth.
John Regan?
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, it's like everywhere we turn, we're facing the same thing. And I've got a few articles today that is going to illustrate how this hits other areas of people's lives. And I wish there was some quick, easy way of turning this around. Unfortunately, I don't see it. I think the good news about the coming financial collapse is that, especially if we go down that path without the technology, we get a chance to take this world back.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have a lot of animals here at the farm. And yesterday, our son, Mrs. Finelli, and I were out in the fields. And we had 2 tractors, a 4-wheeler, and we were mowing the weeds down so that the cows would have more to eat. And our son ran over to my tractor, grabbed a semi-automatic pistol that I had with me, raced on his 4-wheeler because he heard some wild dogs and he thought that they would be attacking the young calves. Now, fortunately, they weren't. But what I'm trying to describe is what farmers do to protect their animals. Now, Dennis, this was a family member, your cat, and I can just imagine what's going to happen in the future when farmers are attacked. Farmers are armed. We all have rifles, pistols, and shotguns, and many of them, and ammo to go with it. And I can just see what happens when, our dogs, like Randy Weaver's dog, was shot by a sniper. And Randy Weaver's son went out with a hunting rifle and shot at the snipers. That's the kind of thing that's going to happen. So the rules that we might think that we might play by, I believe will all go out the windows. And I can see the farmers, in my mind, using guerrilla warfare to defend their property, their livelihood, their lives, their families' lives, and their neighbors' lives. I can see this coming. And the rich are going underground. We can talk about that later, maybe hour number 2. What the rich are doing to stay safe from the civil unrest. We'll be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins. You regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Yuvia needed financing to grow her restaurant business, but her bank simply didn't understand.
I was frustrated.
Yuvia found On Deck Business Loans.
On Deck did it for me. I called on Saturday, and I had $50,000 in my account on Monday morning.
How about the terms?
Incredibly easy. It doesn't mess with your cash flow.
On Deck changed everything.
This company, On Deck, is going to be there for me.
Was it a good move?
I'm looking to increase sales probably 30%.
Been in business for at least a year with $100,000 plus in revenue? On Deck can get you $5,000 to $250,000 in as little as one business day, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau.
On Deck has opened up so many doors for me now. Truly, the sky is the limit. I'm excited.
Apply now at OnDeckLending.com or call 800-326-5430. 800-326-5430. 800-326-5430.
Loan subject to lender approval.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Why do over 50% of North Americans suffer from some form of chronic ailment? Could it be due to a toxic overload? It's time to take back your life. Get the lead out as well as the cadmium, mercury, and calcium. Extendovite is a garlic cayenne supplement with 5 other herbs that acts like a natural Drano, cleaning out the stored toxins, restoring your energy and youthfulness that we've lost. If you would like to live your life free of sickness, pain, or fear, then Extendovite is for you. Available in either capsules or liquid, you too can see why Extendovite is the #1 heart drop available. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Dennis Schuelke is with us, and his book, Attorneys Above the Law. One of his family members was brutally murdered and skinned, his cat of 14 years. It's mafia-style tactics, and we're talking about the threats. This is what happens when you expose the criminal element. And we happen to be talking about lawyers. John Ragan's with us, U.S. Air Force Reserve's captain. He's retired. And joining us is Michael from New York. Welcome, Michael.
Good morning, Vincent. Good morning, gentlemen. You know, Vincent, again, it just outrages me to no end because of all the corruption in our country taking us down. Mm-hmm. And it's obvious to all of us that are completely awake and aware to see it happen all around us, and to know that, pets, family members for sure, loved ones for sure are getting taken out in this kind of fashion. I just wish we could take them out in the same fashion right now, gentlemen. All I can say is for those listening that are behind all this, well, hell is your destination, #1. Your days are coming, #2, because like Vincent just said and John just said, it's going to collapse. And when it does, well, the playing ground is going to level right out. And we know where you are, who you are, and if the good Lord doesn't take you out first, we're going to take you out because we're American. We're God-loving people. We want to be free and honest and live with integrity. And for you, scum, it's over. The days are numbered. It's over for you. But, Vincent, I appreciate you allowing me to say that, but that's all I can say. And these lawyers, for example, now, all these lawyers, 99% of them, have one common background. We know what that is. And they are the ones that are communists as well as the Nazis. And they are highly organized, and this is all part of their design to destroy our country and just make us become another third world nation, banana republic. That's clearly what they're trying to do they are doing to us. And but I'm just disappointed I can't do anything to help you guys out. And it really annoys me to no end. I don't tolerate this kind of stuff when I come across it around here, and as a result, we all know we're not liked by many because of that. But I always speak my mind and let them know how wrong they are and the path around where it's leading to. And but someday, gentlemen, someday we're going to turn the tables with the good Lord's help. We're going to get our country back and be reunited with all our loved ones at the same time. And it's going to be over for these devils. It'll be over finally. And that's what we have to look forward to and keep our faith.
Very good, Michael. Thanks so much.
God bless, gentlemen.
Absolutely. Vincent, I'm going to have to drop off at the bottom of the hour. I would like to close up, if I could, just stating that
Sure.
I have a son that just turned 21 years old. He is in Rutherford County, Tennessee, attending college. He has experienced 2 incarcerations from a highway trooper quota system. He is a victim of that. This is an ongoing case right now that's going. There's been a designated judge brought in from a county to the south of Bedford County. His name is Charles L. is in Lima Rich. And by the way, John, Regan, my son, is a commercial pilot in a pro pilot training program at this college. And they're trying to destroy my son's life. And they're getting ready, apparently this next month, they think they're going to sentence him. He's already been incarcerated twice over this affair on trumped up charges. A trooper claimed that he was speeding when he was not. A trooper pulled in his very own driveway of his very own home and started questioning him and abducted him, kidnapped him, incarcerated him, booked him, the whole 9 yards. And it led to another incarceration over this issue. And they're getting ready to do it again. And my son has simply exposed who they are, what they've done in the paperwork, and they don't like it. So that's probably what as well led to this mutilation, senseless mutilation of our pet. But I just want to tell everybody, it's a judge by the name of Charles L. Rich. It's a prosecuting attorney that is working in concert in collusion and conspiracy. The prosecuting attorney is Brent Lindsay Pierce. And yes, they don't seem to like to have their name singled out and exposed, but let's do it nationally. Let's do it worldwide. And then the trooper's name is John Welker. I understand he's only about 24 years old. So we have Charles L. Rich, Brent Lindsay Pierce, and John Welker that are working in collusion. And there's a whole boatload of other people in the whole Rutherford County General Sessions Court system and so forth, and in the Judicial Committee system that are working to try to incarcerate my son more for a prison for profit racketeering scheming system that we're exposing. So, are they mad? Are they upset? But Mike, the caller, Mike, that just called in and said, yes, the way we can help, Mike, is we can all expose this and single these people out and expose them, because my son wrote up what's known as an affidavit of truth and said no.
By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Not available in California, Louisiana, and Virginia.
Listeners, do you have startup capital and want to invest in a booming business with incredible profit and growth potential? The opportunity is now, because Fresh Healthy Vending, the #1 healthy vending franchise in North America, is looking for a few business-savvy, healthy-minded people right here in the local area to become Fresh Healthy Vending franchise owners. We're growing so fast that we've had hundreds of new franchise owners in the last few years alone. Now you can join them. This area has a huge demand for fresh, healthy, organic snacks on the go, and that's exactly what you'll be selling with your Fresh Healthy Vending machines. We've We've already identified prime high-traffic locations that are perfect for healthy vending machines. Now we just need the right people to join our franchise network and help Fresh Healthy Vending continue to boom. If this sounds like you, go to readyforfresh.com today and enter code 2121. We'll send you a free owner information kit. Plus, as an added bonus to new franchise owners, sign up today and receive 25% off franchise fees. Just go to readyforfresh.com and enter code 2121. That's readyforfresh.com, code 2121.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness: the phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it, and that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.
The human body is extraordinary, despite all the stress we inflict upon it. Thousands of people across the country use an extremely effective product to help their body stay balanced. It's Heart and Body Extract, an all-natural herbal formula designed to help maintain healthy blood pressure, clean arteries, promote good circulation, and balance cholesterol. Heart and Body Extract, along with good nutrition and exercise, can give you a life free from pain, sickness, and fear. Recapture your youthful vitality and experience your body healing itself with the aid of Heart and Body Extract. Learn more and read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers at heartandbody.com. Heart and Body Extracts offers a lifetime guarantee with no price increase in over 14 years. For free info, call 866-295-5305 now. That's 866-295-5305 or heartandbody.com. Distributor inquiries welcome. 866-295-5305.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, two of our top priorities are providing quality food at a reasonable price and protecting your security. When you call 800-700-2184, we will never record your phone call and never ask for your personal information, like how much food you have stored or where you keep it. We'll also never store your credit card information and email address on a computer. Your email address will never be shared or sold. We'll never limit the number of boxes you can purchase. We'll never use outside packers or use relabeled food from another company. Our meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and everything is packed with oxygen absorbers and Mylar pouches under our direct supervision at our plant in Oregon. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from their producers in Oregon and then passing the savings on to you. Call 800-700-2184 and purchase our 30-day 90-serving emergency food supply for only $99, and $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit our website, 30dayfoodsupply.com, or call 800-700-2184. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com at 800-700-2184.
Okay, got a meetup tonight. Meetup tonight at Jimmy's Egg, 4:45 to 8 p.m. on Battlefield Road in Springfield, Missouri. And tonight we're going to be talking about solar power. We're going to talk about how to design a system. We'll use my farm as the example. We'll talk about batteries. We'll talk about cable. We'll talk about solar panels. We'll talk about the inverters with charge controllers. Everything you need to know to learn about alternative solar power. Franco Malia is going to be there, and he was on Doomsday Preppers. Alan Busick will be there. He's an electrical engineer. He was on Doomsday Preppers. Randy, our electrician, will be there, and I will be there. So the four of us will be talking about solar power, how to do it, what it costs, considerations, what kind of roof slope you need, or whether you put the solar panels on the ground, or how to do it. Seriously. So that's tonight at Jimmy's Egg. Bring your friends and family. It's absolutely free. And if you'd like to have dinner with us, you may. And we give away one free dinner every Monday. We have a drawing. I give everybody a drawing ticket, and we draw one winner for a free dinner every Monday night. So that's on schedule for tonight. John Regan, I am so upset. I can't believe it. Now, here's why. There's a company about 20 miles away from us that manufactures attachments for tractors. And they manufacture, first quality, absolutely first quality, well made, well engineered. They've got the equipment. This is not a homebrew company. This is a company that makes top quality equipment. And I bought a unroller from them, and it's painted John Deere green. And in order to buy this, I called the factory, and they have list prices. And typically, if you go to a dealer, you'll pay list price. They'll have it on the lot, and you just buy it, and sometimes they'll deliver it for you because, the stuff's heavy. So I called the factory, and I said, I'd like to buy one. I'd like to pick it up at the factory. Can I buy it from you? And they said, no. They said, you have to go through a dealer. I said, okay. You have, who are your dealers? And so they told me the name of a John Deere dealer, and I said, okay, I've been there. That's in Lebanon, Missouri. And they had another dealer in Marshfield, Missouri. So I called the John Deere dealer, and this item was about, let's say, $1,000. The John Deere dealer wanted $500 to write the order. So what I'm saying is I would call the John Deere dealer, say, how much do I write a check to you for? I'll send you a check or I'll drop it off. I will go pick up this device. All you have to do is take my money or my check, call the manufacturer, tell them I'm coming to pick it up, and we're done. So John Deere didn't have to see it, feel it, touch it. I'm doing all the work. John Deere told me that they would do that for me. They would place that call to the manufacturer and accept my check, and they wanted $500 to do it. I said, are you kidding? You want $500 to place an order? And I'm paying you in advance? And I said, yeah, we've got, people on commission. Really? So I have avoided going to the John Deere dealer in Lebanon. All right. So that's one thing. So I found this dealer in Marshfield, Missouri, and they said they would do it for $100, which is a lot of money just to place a phone call, but I was willing to do that. This was years ago, so I placed that order with them, dropped them off a check, went and picked up the equipment, everything was good. So I wanted to buy a bale spear. What this is, bale forks, excuse me. What this is it will let me pick up, it turns my tractor into a forklift. That's what it does. And the device is $1,365, brand new, right? That's the list price. So I called the same guy that I paid $100 to write the order from last time. So this is probably, it cost him about $800. He wants $1,365 for it. $1,365 to write the order. I said, that's list price. I did this during this broadcast. He said, yeah. That's what we get. I said, are you kidding? I'm going to go pick it up. I'm going to do all the work. All you have to do is make a phone call and accept my check. He said, yeah, we want $1,365. I said, well, I really appreciate your help, but I'm not going to buy it from you. So I called the company, the manufacturer, and I said, I can't buy it from them. And they said, oh, geez, the guy wants a lot to do that. And I said, that's what I thought. So they said, here's another guy. So I called this other dealer. I know this guy too. Call him up, tell him who I am. I said, how much to do this? He said $1,365. I said, are you kidding? He said, yeah, $1,365. I said, no, I don't want to do that. So here we have, now this tractor is a 1985 tractor, 1984, 1985, 30 years old. You can't go to a dealer's lot and buy one of these devices because no one wants them except me. Now they make them. They have all of the materials to cut and make one of these. It takes about a week. So there's a 1 week lead time to get this part made. They'll make it for me. All I have to do is find a dealer who will work with me. But I absolutely, positively will not pay list price to a guy who's just going to place a phone call and expect to make a $500 profit on just one phone call without taking inventory. John, what do you think? Have I lost my mind or have we become so greedy that we can't transact business in this country?
Unfortunately, I think the new normal. And, it's not quite here in America yet, but it's like with banks. They want to charge you for you depositing your money with them. And while it's on deposit with them, you don't even own your money. You're a creditor of the bank. So if anything happens with the bank, you stand in line behind everybody else in the bankruptcy.
And it's your money. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we've allowed this. And Dennis Schuelke was talking about attorneys above the law. And so who would write these kinds of regulations and procedures and protection? That would be attorneys, right?
I think the first step is to make it illegal for lawyers to be able to hold office that writes legislation.
There you go. That's a really good point. Mike from Tennessee, Mike Parsons, welcome.
Good morning, Vincent.
Good morning. John Regan's with us.
Good morning, John.
Good morning.
What I wanted to add briefly, I know that David did an excellent job of sharing, and the average person
Dennis?
that has no clue is just how evil of a lot of people that we're dealing with in Tennessee. They really don't have a clue, to the degree that his cat, his family member, his pet, was brutally killed. And without going into the details of what, you've already covered that. This is what they do. I personally can relate, because similar things have happened to my family pets since 2003, since we moved out to the farm. And you call the sheriff's department, and they refuse to respond. They refuse to prosecute. You go to court and you sue the people when you find out who's responsible, and the judge just summarily dismisses your case. You contact all the people that you think are there that are supposed to be legitimate animal rights groups, and you get nothing. I kind of wonder how many of these groups are really legitimate, and how many of them are just government fronts, basically to extract money and run a perpetual fundraising campaign that never does anything, except perhaps PETA, who put up their own false complaint against me, forcing me to be arrested back February the 11th, with no witnesses, nobody's name on the dotted line as to who said they witnessed anything, but that was the ruse that they came up with to justify an illegal, warrantless, color of law raid on our farm, to which they would use to either kill me or arrest me to make sure that I wasn't available to run for office in the last election. And as I spoke to you a few days ago when we found out about Dennis's pets, and I sent you the list of all of our family members that have been murdered. And I know some people don't necessarily consider their pets as family members, but for those of us that do, realize that we put a lot of energy and effort and love and care into our animals. These are not just something that we look at through the window and put dog food out and, hey, how you doing, boy? These are animals that are with us constantly, that we depend on, especially as a farmer. You depend on your animals for your livelihood, and they become part of the family. In my case with my wolves, I've had these my entire life, and we don't have AT&T or any type of security. We have our wolves. They alert, and they let us know when there's something going on. They're not aggressive animals. They're actually, many of them have their own cats as pets that they spend time with, and it's basically, they look to me for direction. Whatever I love, they love. Extremely amazing animals, and I know you said at one time you had a wolf or a wolf hybrid, and so those people that might not have a knowledge base of what a wolf or a wolf hybrid is about, just know that these are extremely intelligent animals. There's never been a case in American history where a wild wolf has ever killed a human, and many universities have actually done studies and verified that, but in my case, there's absolutely no justification for people coming onto our property, opening our kennel gates while we're away, letting our animals out so they could in turn shoot and kill them. And these are the things that are happening to people across the state of Tennessee, and I venture to say probably other states too, where people are speaking out against these corrupt government types, and they've done nothing other than exercise their First Amendment. And where are the First Amendment groups who are supposed to be there standing beside us? They're conveniently absent.
That's Mike Parsons. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products, most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey guy.
Quantitative easing, unemployment at depression levels, Europe financial system falling apart, China getting out of U.S. treasuries. At the end of 2008, the time of TARP, the national debt was at $11 trillion, gold trading around $850 per ounce. Close to 2012, the national debt exceeded $16.4 trillion, gold doubled to $1,600 per ounce. The $20 trillion threshold for the national debt is inevitable. Politicians in Washington have a ferocious appetite for spending and stimulus. What's worse, a printing press to finance. 100 years ago, we had a gold standard to limit this madness, but now you have to adopt your own gold standard. Don't be fooled with paper promises. Get Midas Resources 10 Reasons to Buy Gold free by calling 800-686-2237. Understanding the gold and silver market may be the only insurance you could have to avoiding the next economic crisis. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order your free copy. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market, the gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
Mike Parsons called in. He's with us, John Regan. And it reminds me of what happened in Sparta, Missouri, the city of Sparta. And Bob Estep, one of our instructors and class members, was tased in his car at night after 9 o'clock p.m. Cop pulled him over, and Bob Estep waited for the cop to get out of his car. You know, we're all taught, don't get out of the car. So he just waited in his car as we typically do. And the cop had a spotlight on Bob Estep. Bob couldn't really see what was going on because there's bright light behind him. I'm not talking about the red and white and blue lights. I'm talking about, in addition to that, he was spotlighted. So the cop opens Bob Estep's door, tases him right in his car. Okay. Paralyzes him. Then demands he gets out. Now, so Bob Estep at the time, when he was tased, was on the phone with 911. So Bob Estep was trying to figure out what's going on. He's calling 911 for help. The same thugs that tased him in his car. And then the sheriff's deputies come out and they investigate, they check it out. That'd be Joey Kyle's deputies. Joey Kyle is the sheriff of Christian County. Sparta, Missouri is in Christian County. So I put the call out like, where's Joey Kyle? Why hasn't he arrested this cop? The cop, Andrew Spencer, who tased Bob Estep. Now, here's the point. There's nobody to call. You can't call the sheriff because the sheriff's guys were there and they didn't do anything. You can't call 911 because they don't do anything. And what happens to this cop who tased Bob Estep? He got promoted. He's now the chief of police. This only happened a few months ago. So, am I going to go to Sparta, Missouri? Absolutely not. Do I recommend going to Sparta, Missouri? Absolutely not. Why? Because until we, the villagers, decide that we are going to not spend our money and give tax revenue to places that are oppressive, if the residents there are allowing this to happen. They haven't thrown out the alderman. They haven't thrown out the chief of police. They haven't fired anybody, including the mayor. They're willing to let this continue. So if the villagers allow this, I'm not going there. That's what's going on. There's nobody to call. And I believe, Mike Parsons, that's what you're saying. And that's what Dennis is saying.
There's no one to call. You have to realize, over the history of the time that I've been here, almost every time that I've called the sheriff's department, they've either failed to show up, or when they did show up, they've threatened or did in fact arrest me for trying to report a crime against me. And they love to play these games. These people are not complete morons. What they will do is, if you're the victim, they will come out and they will try to incite you to do something, and to the degree that they will let the perpetrator attack you in their presence, hoping that you will defend yourself. I was actually charged one time with aggravated assault when two guys shot and killed one of my wolf harbors. It wasn't on their property. They, it turned out, had let her loose from our kennels, and they shot her at 6 feet away. One guy shot her 3 times with a .45, and the other guy shot her with a 7mm rifle. She was an 80-pound wolf hybrid, and she was literally blown into 2 pieces, cut in half. And earlier that morning, when I was out looking for her, they said no, they hadn't seen her. And about 10 minutes later, there were some gunshots, and the neighbor's house that I was at said, Well, I believe I saw your dog over where those guys were about 30 minutes ago. So they lied to me. And when I went over there, they lied again, said nothing had gone on. And I saw them hovering around a ditch. Well, they had shot her in a field of property that belonged to them, drug her body into a ditch, and when I called the sheriff's department who showed up, they spent 15 minutes with these two guys. Then they made sure I was watching. Wouldn't let me go and get my little girl. They made sure I was watching when one of the guys that shot her picked her up out of the ditch, threw her down on the back in pieces, on the back of a four-wheeler.
Mike Parsons, thanks so much for calling in. John Regan and I will be right back after top of the hour news and commercial announcements. I'm Vincent Finelli. This is USAPrepares.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Did you know some countries are now banning GMO foods? It's true. That's why for quality storable foods, you need ready-made resources. For over 19 years, we've become the name you can trust for thousands of products, like Numana Healthy Food Storage. All Numana storable foods are non-GMO, non-soy, and gluten-free available. Call 800-627-3809 or click ReadyMadeResources.com. Ready-Made Resources. We don't just sell the products, we live it.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the fourth largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they too exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true, they're all guilty, every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Of USAPrepares.com. Captain John Regan, U.S. Air Force Reserves, retired, is with us. John, we've got a meetup tonight. We're going to be talking about solar power. And we've got two of the Doomsday Preppers experts on, Alan Busick, Franco Molea. Randy will be there. He's our electrician, and I'll be there. We'll be talking about solar power design and lifestyle changes. What we mean is, what's it going to take? What's it cost? How do you wire? Where do you put the panels? Where do you put the controller? How long does you have power? What if the sun goes down? What about it hooking a generator into it? What about battery backup? What about off-grid, total off-grid? What about grid tie systems? What about all that? That's tonight. Absolutely free. Jimmy's Egg on Battlefield Road, Springfield, Missouri, 4:45 p.m. to 8 p.m. tonight. And we give away a free dinner. We have a drawing for a free dinner every Monday. And RK Prepper shows. That's this weekend coming up. in Fletcher, North Carolina at the WNC Agricultural Center. And that's in Fletcher, North Carolina, Saturday and Sunday. I'll be there. I'll be speaking. I'll be giving 2 presentations. One of them is called Preparing Through Business Tax Deductions. What that really means is I'm going to teach you how you can prepare and write off your preparedness items and your preparedness inventory. I'm going to teach you how you can do that. Yeah, you can. You really can. And you have to declare that you're in business and that the items that you're preparing, you're going to review on the internet, and you're going to tell people what you think about them. I'm going to tell you how to do that. It's absolutely for real. And that seminar is an hour and a half. An hour and a half. Wow. Okay. And I'll be there all day Saturday and all day Sunday. Now on Sunday, I'm talking about something else. I'll be talking about lies, how big they are. I'm going to tell you the truth, how big the lies are, how the government, with the help of the media, has deceived you. I'll tell you some of these big lies, and some of you won't believe them. Then you probably will believe that they're lies. And then you'll realize that you're going to have to ferret out the information going forward for yourselves, because the Ministry of Propaganda has been deceiving you for a very long time. I'm talking about the mainstream media and the government. John Moore was going to be there, and he's going to be talking about violent climate change and how you can prepare for it. Craig Douglas is going to be there, and he's going to be talking about food storage and how to select what's right for you. And there'll be a seminar on canning and colloidal silver and renewable heat sources. And Jeremy Bailey's going to be there, and he's coming on as one of our instructors. He's brilliant. And we're going to be talking about body armor and urban. Joe Fisher's going to be talking about urban survival. So that's this weekend coming up. I'll be there. Tickets are $15. I hope to meet you, and let's have dinner. Seriously, Dutch treat. We'll go out to some restaurant for dinner, and we'll help you with your preparedness items, and I'm there for 2 days. So is John Moore. RKPrepperShows.com. Link on the website, USA Prepares. John Regan's with us. John, in Missouri, we have the right to farm. It's an amendment to the Missouri Constitution, and no one, in my opinion, has the right to prevent us from farming. So if they want to kill our animals and they start doing that, they have declared war on us. We the farmers.
Well, it's not just there. Let me go ahead and go down the button pushers for today. I've got Guess What's Criminal Now? My parents would be criminals today. And Papers, Please. I've got Oregon grass-fed ranchers face criminal charges for grazing animals. We've got a couple arrested and charged with neglect after their 11-year-old boy was found playing basketball by himself in the backyard. I was an only child and quite often played just me, myself, and I in the backyard. And in the beautiful state of Texas here, we have cops saving us from those terrorist girls running a lemonade stand because they didn't have a $150 permit.
You know, if those girls in Texas literally sold $150 worth of lemonade, that'd be a miracle, John. A miracle.
Yes, it would.
And the thugs in government want a $150 permit for that? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. You know, I suggest that we consider avoiding permits whenever we can. So, for example, do we go to our county and say, listen, I'm thinking about starting a business. What do I need to do? Well, the first thing they're going to tell you is you need to have a permit. You need to apply for one. You need to have permission to go into business. I think that's absolutely insanity. Asking them for permission to start your business. Then the next thing they're going to do is they're going to be all over you for sales tax. And you're going to be audited. That's happened to me in Virginia. You know, we tried to do it by the book back in the early 1990s. The next thing that happened is a guy spent 3 days in our dining room auditing us. And I said to him after the audit, okay, so how do we learn how to do this before so that you guys don't show up? And he said, oh, no. I said, what kind of training do you have so that we know what the rules are? He said, we don't have anything like that. This is it. I said, this is it? You guys come out here and audit us and then tell us all things we've done wrong, and we can't find the rules. So we have to play by your rules and you can't find them. And we find out by you guys finding us. That's how we play. He said, yeah, that's how we do it. Now, fortunately, when he was done with us for 3 days, we had to tolerate this thug, but he wrote us a check. He wrote us a check at the end. But it doesn't always go like that for most people. They want fines. They want penalties. They want to put you through the meat grinder. They are on a mission to steal your wealth. Did you say you were going to talk about button pushers?
Did I get that in the right category?
These poor girls are just learning about economics, and bam, the thugs come. Did they get arrested, John? Or did they just get shut down?
I think they just got shut down.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely outrageous. If they made $20, even at today's prices with their lemonade stand, that'd be a miracle. They probably would be underwater in terms of cost of goods versus selling prices. I'm sure they'd be underwater after making lemonade.
And they were trying to raise about $100 for a Father's Day present.
What a nice thought, right? What a nice thought.
Well, we can't have that in America today.
So these thug cops come home and their wives and girlfriends. So how was your day, honey? Oh man, it was rough. It was, how those little girls are really rough. We had to shut them down, but we did it. We did it. Here's a message to the blue plague. Why don't you knock it off? Why don't you let children be children? Do you think they're intentionally trying to poison people? I mean, what is it? It's not like the cops were there to make sure that the food was healthy and safe and free from bacteria. No, it was about the permit. When I lived in Virginia, I decided I was going to grow some wine. And I planted a vineyard, Chardonnay and Cabernet Sauvignon. And I raised grapes. And I brought in the best consultant in the area, Gabriele Rossi. He's the guy from Charlottesville who established some of the best vineyards in Virginia. He's a friend of mine. He's the guy that brought European grapes to Virginia. No one else could. No one. Not George Washington, not Thomas Jefferson, and no one since until Gabriele Rossi. He figured out how to do it by grafting because there's a disease called phylloxera. It destroys the European grapes in America. Well, he figured out how to solve this problem. And he helped me select the vines, and we planted a vineyard. And next thing I knew, we were raising grapes. And then it was the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. Those thugs will demand access to your winery 24/7, 365, and they demand that you have a tax-paid room and an untaxed room. And they're only concerned about the revenue. They don't care whether you poison people with lead or not. They don't care whether you use lead. No, it's about money. It's about taxes. And when I found out how much help they were going to give us, I said, we're not doing it. We'll just give it away. So we gave away all our wine. We had a county-wide wine tasting twice, and we gave away our wine. It was huge. But we decided that we were not going to be in the wine business because of all the help that they were going to give us. We wouldn't allow them to be on our farm 24/7. So we never really went into the wine selling business. We went into the wine giving away business.
This time last week, I was planning on getting off caffeine after the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that Tuesday, up until the point where I got a call from Mrs. Finelli. And so I had to get back on caffeine to handle being on the radio Wednesday and Thursday.
Hey, I wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank you for, John, seriously, if we all had a John Regan as a friend, the world would be a much, much, much nicer place. And here's the question I have for all of you out there. How many friends do you have who are willing to help you no matter what? How many? Do you have one? If you have one, I would consider yourself very fortunate. And John Regan is an unbelievable friend. And I hope that you have a John Regan. Your own John Regan. We'll be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Honey, it's time for dinner. What are you doing over there on your computer?
I'm shopping for a new wallet. Mine is falling apart. Hey, did you know there's a company called ID Stronghold that makes shielded wallets to prevent electronic pickpocketing?
Oh, I didn't realize there was such a thing as electronic pickpocketing. What is that?
Well, apparently, many of the new credit and debit cards being issued have radio chips inside them called RFID that transmit our banking information to card readers when we pay. Unfortunately, a bad guy can also get one of these readers and go around the city scanning people, collecting their credit card numbers and personal information without us knowing it.
Wow, that sounds scary. Since you're getting a new wallet anyway, you should definitely get an ID Stronghold shielded wallet. Are they more expensive?
No. In fact, I can get a shielded leather wallet from IDStronghold.com for the same price or less than regular unshielded wallets from other stores.
Sounds great. My wallet isn't falling apart yet, but let me pick one out too. I want to be protected, and these wallets at IDStronghold.com look fantastic.
Have you ever noticed how many sick and miserable people there are? I'm serious. I'm talking about people of all ages who have conditions and diseases which affect their quality of life. Most of them seem to have one thing in common: polypharmacy. That is, dependence on multiple prescription drugs with side effects that actually make them sicker and sicker, not healthy. The good news is that people are waking up to the fact that if you supply your body with all of the nutrients it requires, you will feel better, be healthier, and have a better life. It's important to know that Beyond Tangy Tangerine is the most amazing, great tasting, comprehensive nutritional supplement. Besides supplying all the vitamins our bodies need, it also supplies the necessary minerals that are required for the vitamins to kick in. Look, folks, I'm hooked on it, and I think if you try it, you'll become hooked. This stuff really works. That's why I'm urging you to make it part of your daily health regimen. Visit InfoWarsTeam.com to secure your canister of Beyond Tangy Tangerine today. Sign up for auto ship and save on shipping costs. That's Beyond Tangy Tangerine at InfoWarsTeam.com.
Captain John Regan's with us. And John, you know, I was talking with one of our instructors, Miles, and we were talking about radio. And he mentioned something very interesting. And we were talking about talk radio. You know, talk radio brings up, you know, the names like Rush and Sean and Laura, and there's a whole bunch of people in talk radio. And he said, what we do here at USA Preparers is not, let me say it a different way, is not talk radio. He said, what we do is do radio. D-O. And he's absolutely right, because we don't talk about it, we do it. Absolutely right. Miles, you are absolutely right. Dave in Michigan, you're on with Captain John Regan and me, Vin Finelli. Welcome. Very well.
Thank you. Good. Hey, Vince, I just I heard you talking to Mike Parsons this morning. It's a tragic story. I don't know if you can get him in touch with Hartford Van Dyke or Thomas Deegan, but Thomas Deegan is having a call tonight, a conference call at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I'd like to give that number out if I may.
Yeah, please do. And I'll get him in touch with Hartford Van Dyke.
Great. I'm going to try and get Hartford on that call tonight, but it's learn to take back your country. If not you, who? If not now, when? The phone number is 605-562-3140. That's 605-562-3140. And the PIN is 762120#. That's 762120#. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. And the replay, if you can't make it, is 3/31/49. You just change the 0 to a 9, the last digit, and it's the same PIN number.
Okay, and Hartford Van Dyke is scheduled to be on with us on next Tuesday, the 23rd at 10 a.m. Central Time, Hartford Van Dyke. Yeah, brilliant guy. Very good. Anything else, Dave?
That's it. Thank you for all you guys do, and you keep up the great work. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. John Regan, what's next?
Well, I just wanted to throw a little preparedness tip in there. If you have an addiction right now, and this includes substances like caffeine, nicotine, and sugar, remember, these are the good old days. It's going to be a whole lot easier and safer to get off those things now than to wait till the poop hits the props.
Okay, and if you want to get off sugar, here's what I've done. I've been taking Diatomaceous Earth, earthworkshealth.com, earthworkshealth.com. And the CEO of Earthworks Health has been on the air with us, and his sales manager's been on, Andrew. And we've talked about this. And I can tell you that based on what Aaron Dakins, Brad Dakins, I, and others have experienced, if you consider Diatomaceous Earth like a teaspoon or a half a teaspoon per day mixed with water, it will, if the same thing happens to you that happened to me, you will have virtually no cravings for sugar. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And how much does it cost? About $11. Literally. So tonight at the meetup, we're going to talk about what some of the experiences are that those are part of Dr. Shealy's study, his DE study, have found out. We don't have the results yet, and it's going to be a few more weeks before we have them. But I asked Dr. Shealy on air if he would consider doing a study about diatomaceous earth to get us to be healthier, have more energy, and literally be healthier and have more energy and get off sugar. And it's really working. So we'll have more on that in a couple of weeks with Dr. Shealy, and he'll give you his results. But meetup class, make sure that you're prepared to talk a little bit tonight about what your experiences are. This is before the final results of the DE study. So you're absolutely right, John Regan. I'm with you. What's next?
And, with the combination of, trying to get off caffeine and being called back, it kind of reminded me of the movie Airplane, which was a spoof of the airport movies of the 1970s. And they had the crisis manager come in. Looks like I picked the wrong week to give up smoking. Looks like I picked the wrong week to give up cliff sniffing glue. That's kind of what it felt like.
Yeah. Captain John Regan, U.S. Air Force Reserves retired, will be back with us in just a few minutes after bottom of the hour new commercial announcements. By now, you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration system and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Not available in California, Louisiana, and Virginia.
Listeners, do you have startup capital and want to invest in a booming business with incredible profit and growth potential? The opportunity is now, because Fresh Healthy Vending, the #1 healthy vending franchise in North America, is looking for a few business-savvy, healthy-minded people right here in the local area to become Fresh Healthy Vending franchise owners. We're growing so fast that we've had hundreds of new franchise owners in the last few years alone. Now you can join them. This area has a huge demand for fresh, healthy, organic snacks on the go, and that's exactly what you'll be selling with your Fresh Healthy Vending machines. We've already identified prime, high-traffic locations that are perfect for healthy vending machines. Now we just need the right people to join our franchise network and help Fresh Healthy Vending continue to boom. If this sounds like you, go to ReadyForFresh.com today and enter code 2121. We'll send you a free owner information kit. Plus, as an added bonus to new franchise owners, sign up today and receive 25% off franchise fees. Just go to ReadyForFresh.com and enter code 2121. That's ReadyForFresh.com, code 2121.
You pick up the receiver with your heart racing and sweat dripping from your forehead. You finally muster the courage to dial the number to call into your favorite talk radio show. It rings once, twice, and then...
Hello, it's GCN. What's your name and the state you're calling from?
Surprised you got through, you squeak out.
Jason from Minnesota.
Please hold.
As you patiently wait for your turn, you begin to daydream about being a famous talk radio host and what it would be like to have your own show.
Jason from Minnesota, you're up.
Millions of loyal listeners worldwide waiting to call and talk to you.
Caller, are you there?
Cheering crowds surround you, calling out your name.
Jason! Jason!
Going once, twice. Okay, we gotta move on to the next caller.
You blew it.
Huh? Wait, no!
Interact with the hosts you're listening to right now, online at GCNlive.com. Click on the community link. Engage with other listeners. Ask questions. Start debates. Don't agree with a host? Let them know. Be a part of the community at GCNlive.com.
We all know that Berkey water purification systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey water filtration systems. The Berkey Light systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.
Did you know that drinking pure, high alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
John Regan's with us. And John, there's a small district in Greater London, England, and it's called Islington. Islington. And these guys, their government has decided that they need to have a surcharge for those who are using diesel fuel for their vehicles. Annual permit fee. They've enacted this new annual permit fee. US dollars, $150 per year if you have a diesel. That's on top of all the other taxes that you're paying. Now that's in London. London, or England, is, in my opinion, a microcosm of the United States. And they've tested cameras there, and then we get them. They test regulations there, then we get them. And now they're testing diesel fuel permit taxes, $150 a year, U.S. Now, I think that is something that might be coming our way. So just brace for it. So what we do is we try to get more fuel economy, because fuel keeps going up and up and up. So we go to diesel, and they clean up the diesel and they don't smoke anymore. And you can't even tell if you're next to a diesel vehicle, a new one, because the exhaust doesn't smell like it used to, and it doesn't smoke like it used to. And wow. So we move to that to get more miles per gallon, more efficiency, destroy the earth less. And what do? The government, they tax us more. That's just something that's happening, and it's probably coming our way right here by a group of government thugs near you. John Regan, what's next?
We're going to be heading to the financial section, but I'm going to just go down one more rabbit trail. And, talking about, the airplane and the airport movies, I remember what it used to be like to fly 50 years ago.
Well, that's pretty nice.
You would go to the airport, get your ticket, and go get on the plane. You didn't go through a metal detector. You didn't empty your pockets.
Right.
And, occasionally somebody would hijack a plane to Cuba, but, for the most part, it's no big deal. In fact, a lot of the times the cockpit door was open and you could look out the front.
You could talk to the pilot.
Yeah. And also back 50 years ago, if you went to school, you just went in the building, went to your classroom. You didn't have to go through a metal detector and empty your pockets. Right. And if you went down to the courthouse or any other government building, you just went in and did business. You didn't have to empty your pockets and go through a metal detector. It's great to live in a free country, comrade.
Right. And if you go into Springfield, Missouri, and you see these government buildings like the courthouse and that kind, you'll see these concrete little stoops that you can sit on right outside. What they really are is so that some angry guy who's just lost everything because of government regulations, or he's lost his job, or they've imprisoned his family member, he just doesn't get angry and drive his vehicle right through the courthouse. Yeah, these guys are afraid. They're afraid because of all the damage they have inflicted on us. And I suggest, here's what I suggest we consider doing. So if one of these guys that works for the government who's causing problems comes to your church, you don't shake hands with them and look at them and say, hey, it's great to see you, because it's not great to see them. These guys are destroying America. They're destroying your jobs. They're destroying your family. They're destroying your livelihood. They're stealing your wealth. They're imprisoning your friends and neighbors and family. They're taxing you into oblivion. They're stealing your property. Well, I suggest you look at them if you see them and leave. If they sit next to you, get up and leave. Don't be next to them. Don't associate with them. And pretty soon they'll realize that they're all alone. The only people that will associate with them would be their coworkers. Ilk like that. Seriously. Why would you be nice to people like this? These guys are crooks. They're thieves. They're liars. They're cheats. They're not who we are. They're not part of our village. They're unconvicted felons.
Well, we've talked about McDonald's and the problems they've been having. And I got a link. That should fix McThings. They recently hired Robert Gibbs, who was the liar and chief's press secretary.
Yeah.
But I have to wonder, maybe he went to the wrong burger company, because working with Obama is he's used to telling whoppers.
Yeah. How could somebody, what is the job description of a presidential press secretary? What would they say? Okay, now listen, you guys have to lie with a smile. You actually have to, you have to be an outstanding actor. You have to face a whole bunch of people and tell them things that are absolutely not true. They're not true, and you have to convince them they are true. And we're going to pay you a lot of money for this. The average term of one of these thugs is not very long. They can't take it either. So now this guy has a job as the communications head of the hamburger joint. That's poisoning. Well, they're poisoning us, right? If you ask Dr. Shealy, what do you think about McDonald's? First thing out of his mouth is poison. Really? He believes it. I believe it. He has convinced me years ago that, Vinny, if you're starving and there's a McDonald's ahead, keep going. Don't pull in there. Don't get one of those things on a bun. The only thing that I've had recently in the last few years was a McDonald's cup of coffee. I was really, really, really thirsty. I drank all my water. And I was on a long trip. And I got one small senior citizen's cup of coffee. And by the way, they have all different prices for a senior's coffee at McDonald's. I've checked it out. They've got them for 25 cents, 59 cents, 75 cents. They can't even get, they can't even standardize on that. So they hired this guy, John. What do you think? He's going to continue to lie and try to boost their revenue?
That's what it seems like to me.
Or maybe he's got connections, and maybe McDonald's is going to start serving meals for the military. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Why would you hire a guy from the government to run the head of communications for a corporation, unless they need his connections? But I see the ad right there. I'll see the ad. I guess it is an ad on the internet, right on your website, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, under the news tab.
Well, second up, I've got Colt firing blanks.
Yeah.
The gunmaker Colt missed a nearly $11 million interest payment on its debt and may declare bankruptcy.
Yeah, Colt. The legend continues. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the guys who got the, I guess they bought the patent from Eugene Stoner for the AR-15. or they bought the rights, but they started making, military 223, 5.56 rifles, and we've been using it for a long time. When people talk about Colt, they don't say Colt. Oh, that's junk. It never happens. I've never heard anybody say, a Colt handgun, Colt rifle is garbage. I've never heard anybody say that because it's not. It's good quality. So here we have a good quality rifle and pistol manufacturer, and they missed almost $10.9 million interest payment on its debt in mid-May. I guess we need more wars. Maybe we can, get a few more corrupt politicians to find some, look on the map, find some other small countries to beat up, and we can go and invade them and tell them that it's for their own good, and we're going to destroy their water, their electricity. We're going to bomb them to smithereens, and it'll make everybody better off as a result. Mm.
And bad financial times tend to cause that, and I've got its super bubble. And right at the top, it has a chart of the S&P 500 since 1996. So you get to see what the internet bubble looked like. Mm-hmm. Then after that, we had the housing bubble. And today we've got, I guess kind of imagine this like the pyramids in Egypt. You got the two little ones and you got the big one. Well, today we've got the big one. Now, what's making up that bubble? One, it's part of it's the tech bubble, especially social media. Those companies are so overvalued, it's not funny. Huge market caps with little or no income. And they've also managed to get the housing market bubble partially reblown. And you got the QE bubble. So you've got all three of those into this new one. And if you remember back when the internet and housing bubbles popped, what it was like, this one is like twice as bad. So,
John, I'm looking at the slope. Of this current bubble. You look at the housing bubble and it's about 45 degrees. This thing, the slope of this bubble on this chart, the last several months is, I would say, 80 degrees. It's unbelievable. It's almost vertical. It's almost vertical, John. It's unsustainable. And John, when you studied for your master's in business, didn't they tell you that in order to have a successful company, you needed to have customers? Where are the customers? Where are they?
Apparently that's old school.
You and I need to get refunds on our education. We'll be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Honey, it's time for dinner. What are you doing over there on your computer?
I'm shopping for a new wallet. Mine is falling apart. Hey, did you know there's a company called ID Stronghold that makes shielded wallets to prevent electronic pickpocketing?
Oh, I didn't realize there was such a thing as electronic pickpocketing. What is that?
Well, apparently, many of the new credit and debit cards being issued have radio chips inside them called RFID that transmit our banking information to card readers when we pay. Unfortunately, a bad guy can also get one of these readers and go around the city scanning people, collecting their credit card numbers and personal information without us knowing it.
Wow, that sounds scary. Since you're getting a new wallet anyway, you should definitely get an ID Stronghold shielded wallet. Are they more expensive?
No. In fact, I can get a shielded leather wallet from idstronghold.com for the same price or less than regular unshielded wallets from other stores.
Sounds great. My wallet isn't falling apart yet, but let me pick one out too. I want to be protected, and these wallets at idstronghold.com look fantastic.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Hi, my name is DeRay, suffering from migraines, having Botox injections in my head and neck to alleviate pain, costing $1,500 out of my pocket. I discovered Dr. Ortman and Gentle Touch chiropractic adjustment called Nuka. I'm migraine-free since my first adjustment. Thanks for giving me my life back, Dr. Ortman. I wish they prescribed you instead of Botox.
Thanks, DeRay. Putting the bones back in place is only half of the solution. We design a nutritional supplement program the body can handle, actually absorb, providing nutrients, targeting the problem area. Between Nuka and nutrition, we will have you on the road to a faster and more permanent recovery. Look us up on the web at drwortman.com or call 952-303-9124. Let us help you feel better faster. Wellspring Spinal Care at 952-303-9124. Again, that's 952-303-9124. Or on the web at drortman.com.
Captain John Regan's with us. I have a meetup tonight at Jimmy's Egg, and remember the RK Prepper Shows Expo at the end of this week, Saturday and Sunday, in Fletcher, North Carolina. John Moore will be there. I'll be there, and Craig Douglas will be there, and a host of other speakers will be there. And we'll be there for 2 days, so if you'd like to hear from us and ask us any questions about starting your own business or the lies and climate change, John Moore and I will be available, and we're going to try to have dinner with you. So let's make that happen. All Dutch treat. John Regan, in California, thieves are stealing water. They are breaking into faucets, outdoor faucets that are, locked up behind locked doors. They're breaking the covers and they're hooking up hoses and they're stealing, hundreds of gallons of water. Pretty serious, California, if you can steal it, it'll be stolen in California. However, water's pretty serious, and, the lack of it causes death. And so who do I think is to blame? I would say that, obviously the geoengineering is to blame, but also those people who have allowed the water consumption to rise and rise and rise, like those in charge of planning and zoning, who have said more and more and more houses, more businesses, let's build more, and we'll tax more, and we'll have more revenue, we can build our empire, the government empire. Those are the guys I feel are responsible. And Mrs. Finelli and I, as long as we've been married, have had a shower head that is a low volume, high pressure shower head. It's not like a car wash. Well, actually, it is like a car wash, but I mean, in terms of volume, it's not like, that's what we call, those showers that people have that have water that uses, faucets at, like 6 gallons a minute. Ours uses about, 1.5 gallons. It's like, high pressure washer. It mists the water rather than dumps the water on you. I suggest you consider getting one of those. They're about the size of half a roll of nickels. Very, very small. John Regan, back to you.
Let's go down to the control section, your new chips. We've talked about these cards before, and we got our first one probably a couple months ago. And these aren't like the RFID ones where you just, hold it close to the terminal and it reads it. And I had my first experience with it this last week when I took it to a grocery store that is run by a well-known company out of Arkansas. Mm-hmm. And I went to swipe it, and it wouldn't swipe. Mm-hmm. Because these cards, with the proper terminal, you have to stick the card into it because it communicates with the chip.
Oh.
You get a unique identifying number for each transaction, apparently. Mm-hmm. And the card has to stay in there while it's processing the transaction. Mm-hmm. And besides the quote-unquote security for this, the real reason they're doing it, and the target date's October 1st, is because it transfers liability from the banks to the vendors. So if the company doesn't change out their credit card gear and they just take swiping of the mag stripe, which is still on the card, and it's credit card fraud, then they eat it. Mm-hmm. Whereas up to now, if it was fraud, the bank had to eat it.
Yeah. So what happens, John, if one of these? Okay. So you've got your card in your wallet. One of these new cards with the integrated circuit on them. Okay. And your friendly blue plague comes up to you and tases you and damages that card. Now what?
You may have to get a replacement.
Yeah. Now, what would happen if a whole bunch of these cards got tased or microwaved and they stopped working, and we had to call our banks and said, I didn't realize that I put my wallet in the microwave and it doesn't work anymore. Can I have a new card, please? One that in case I do it again, it won't get damaged. Interesting. I wonder if these new cards can sustain being tased. I'll bet they can't. I'll bet they can't even sustain being, what do they call those things? Obviously cattle probably can't take that either, but what about one of those little handheld protection devices? Those electronic blue arc protection devices. I wonder if credit cards can handle that, So somebody comes up to you just for fun and hit you with one of those. I wonder if that's going to damage the credit card. Just wondering. John Regan, hey, thanks so much for being with us today. And if you, class, would like to see the rest of the items that we didn't get to, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, click on the news tab. Class, above all, honesty and integrity. What happens next is up to you.
Do good people ever want to call an attorney just to find out if they're right or wrong? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what are you forced to think about first? Money. If you could call as often as you wanted and talk as long as you need without a bill, would you call? Worry less and live more with lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com, or call 855-340-SAVE. That's 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
We love that you're passionate about GCN. And whether you're a listener, a business owner, or a radio industry professional, we've redesigned the new GCN newsletter to keep you in the know. Get updates on your favorite GCN shows and hosts. Go to GCNlive.com and click on the banner in the upper left corner. Just for signing up, you're automatically entered for monthly giveaways. Start receiving your newsletter today. The future of talk radio. GCN.
Healthy elimination is essential to high energy, a cheerful mood, and prevention of disease. Some of the founders of our modern holistic health thinking state that disease begins in a toxic colon. A toxic intestinal tract is the foundation for virtually all degenerative disease, and a clean and well-moving intestinal tract is the foundation of health.
I just want to say that you folks have an amazing product. I've taken whey protein products for years, and I've never noticed the results I have with your product. I've suffered with bouts of constipation most of my life. Within a few days of taking One World Whey, I noticed a dramatic change. Also, in the past few years, I've experienced symptoms associated with diabetes. I feel horrible when I've had too much sugar, and I've been getting the foot pain as well. But I've noticed in the past week or so, I'm not feeling bad anymore, and the foot pain is gone. I'm just finishing up a 5-pound tub I ordered and just got off the phone ordering more. I love your product. Thank you.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld, WHEY.com.